Hi students and family members, this is Mr. Panza going over this week's spelling pattern. Long E, long O. There are different ways that you can spell long E and get the long E sound. The examples we'll go over this week when you have a double E or an EA. For example, sweet has a double E, that's where you hear the long E sound. Each has an EA, that's where you hear the long E sound. Long O can be spelled OA or OW. For example, in the word throat, OA gives you the long O sound. And at the end of rainbow, OW gives you the long O sound. The first thing the students need to do are organize these words. Let me go over an example of each of the different patterns. For number one, there's a word that actually has both the double E and the EA. That's seaweed, our compound word. Seaweed. EA gives me the long E sound, and double E gives me the long E sound. An example of just the double E would be a word like sweet. Long E, sweet. EA, each would be an example of EA. Now on to the long O. Throat would be an example of OA, giving me the long O sound, and below would be another example of the long O sound. Once the students finish this page, flip it to the back, page 10. A reminder, if we go too fast, or you need to fill in responses that Mr. Panza put here as examples, just pause the video. Opposites. Write the list word that has the opposite or almost opposite meaning to the words below. Number 1 says sour. So, sweet is the opposite of sour. That fits, and it's a long double E pattern that helps us with our spelling. Most is number 2. The opposite of most is least. With the EA, gives me the long E sound. Complete those first 10. Then move on to questions 11 through 20, where the directions change. Words in context. Write a list word from the box to complete each sentence. Number 11 says, the ocean waves were white with foam. Foam has an OA in the middle, which gives me the long O sound, so I can hear the O, and it fits the answer to 11. Number 12, twins describe two people, and triplets describe 3. 3 has a double E, which gives me the long E sound. Again, our patterns this week are long E, long O, spelled in many different ways. Hope this video helped with your homework tonight.